Perhaps the 19th century American poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was making a prophetic reference to Mrs. Olabowale Toluwatope Ademola, the 19th Lagos State Head of Service, when he wrote the now famous line, "Heights by great men, reached and kept, and not attained by sudden flight, but those men while their companions slept." For indeed, Mrs. Ademola is in the genre of the few whose career growth culminates in the exalted office of the head of service. Expectedly, the #1 civil servant in Lagos State is an epitome of hard work, excellence, dedication, professionalism, and loyalty. In a public service career spanning 22 years, Mrs. Ademola left indelible footprints across the land space of the public service where she had the grace to work. There, she carved a niche for herself as a peerless and thoroughbred professional that was meticulous, loyal, and devoted to the highest standards of work ethics.
Very disciplined. She's a meticulous person. Things must just be done right. She plans her next step. She believes in team power. She steps out to meet, talk, and share ideas with staff. She knows success cannot be achieved alone. Her leadership mantra is simple. She focuses on quality over quantity. She has eyes for details. As you all know, she's an accountant. She encourages creativity. She never loses focus. She has razor-sharp focus. She's also very motherly and a compassionate person.
Born in London on 10th November 1957 to the Phillips family of Lagos Island, quality education was non-negotiable. High-bred and determination born out of a background steeped in high expectation impressed upon her the very ingredients of a successful life and a notable future. Her academic pursuit started in 1962 when she commenced her primary education at Corona School, Yaba, and Lagos University Staff School. From here, she proceeded to the prestigious Queen's College, Yaba, Lagos, where she obtained her West African School Certificate and Higher School Certificate in 1973 and 1975, respectively.
We were a tightly knit family, and we grew up together. She was such a troublesome girl as a young child, not as an adult. I would say she was a bit of a tomboy in those days, you know. She used to, maybe because her immediate siblings were boys, you know. There were 3 boys before her. So she, being a girl, she had to prove herself and make sure she wasn't taken advantage of by the boys. So she was just one of us, and we had a lovely time growing up together. I have fond memories of that time.
In a bid to further satisfy her academic thirst, she was admitted to the University of Ibadan, where she bagged a Bachelor of Science degree with a second-class honors upper division in economics in 1981. Thereafter, she obtained a master's degree in business administration from the Lagos Business School in 1999.
She's a no-nonsense person. She doesn't brook laziness, and she's strict. And you can't expect less from her because her mom was a teacher, a very strict teacher. She brought a lot of us up. And I had the opportunity of even working with her mom. So I know that she's like a chip of the old block. But she's very, very compassionate. She empathizes with people, and she's proactive in thinking about caring for people. You know, she's like a two-edged sword. She's both strict and caring at the same time.
Mrs. Ademola's distinguished public service career is rooted in a 14-year spell in the private sector, where she excelled in different roles at 2 multinationals and a financial institution. It was at the leading global professional services company, PricewaterhouseCoopers, that she began to cut her teeth upon graduating from the university in 1981. After qualifying as a chartered accountant in 1984, she joined Guinness Nigeria plc in 1985 and rose to become acting brewery accountant. She also had a stint at the First Interstate Merchant Bank Nigeria Limited.
I have an in-law who one day asked me whether I knew somebody by that name, and I said, she's one of the accountants, and that as an administrator, I just see her from afar. And the man told me they worked together then in Guinness, and he told me a lot of things that I also have observed about her. She's a downright factual personality. She would not betray her emotions on issues. The way she sees it is the way she will say it. If she has to fight you on issues, she will tell you, PS, go and do it right. Or, PS, I've been expecting. She's downright factual. But one thing you can't take away from her, particularly, is the reality that she has the interest and the welfare of staff at heart.
An inherent passion for the public service made Mrs. Ademola to leave the lucrative lures of the private sector to take a bold plunge into a life of public service. Thus, her sojourn in the Lagos State Public Service began in 1995, where she joined the Lagos State Water Corporation and rose to the level of an Accountant General Manager Commercial. She came into the mainstream of the Lagos State Civil Service in 1999 and was then deployed to the State Treasury Office, which serves as the parent ministry for accounts officers.
She's somebody who doesn't like to step on people's toes, but if she needs to, she would. She would step on people's toes if it was very, very imperative, because she stands for truthfulness. She doesn't like people who pretend and who tell lies. She wouldn't stand them at all.
Mrs. Olabowale Ademola is privileged to have worked in many other ministries where she proved her worth. These include the Ministries of Housing, Economic Planning and Budget, Physical Planning and Urban Development, and Education. In 2006, she was redeployed to the State Treasury Office, where she rose to the level of Director of Accounts on grade level 17.
It has to be that, because I had a break in service, and when I came back, she was one of my first point of contact. At that time, she was the Director Accounts in the Ministry of Education. And I had obtained this letter from Commission, and my spirit was so low and so down. And the Spirit led me to her office, and I showed her the letter. And you know what she did? I can never ever forget. She just held my two hands and she said, she put the paper on the table. I sat in front of her, she held my hand, and then she said, "Father, your daughter has received this letter. Give us the grace to see beyond what this letter states. In Jesus' name I pray, amen." I never had that kind of experience before. I just got up because I had thought in my heart that I was going to reject it. I just got up and I told her I was coming. I quickly went to write a letter of acceptance. Because you see, truly and truly, if not for her, I don't think I would have had a second career as a civil servant. I wouldn't have become a permanent secretary, which I didn't even think was part of the agenda that God had for me. But he prayed God into that situation, and God took control, and here I am. I really appreciate it. She probably has forgotten, but I can never forget.
For Mrs. Ademola, one of the high points of a golden spell in service was in June 2010, when she was appointed as the permanent secretary of the defunct Debt Management Office. she served meritoriously in that capacity till August 2015.
The initial interaction was not too good, but as we were working together, because eventually I was posted out of that place 2015, so we worked for 5 years. And within those 5 years, she was able to bring out, in me what I never knew I had. And that quality, that I got from her made me to be very detailed. I thought I was detailed before I met her, but I never knew, because she would cross your T, dot your I, and put the commas where necessary. In fact, she will teach you English. She will tell you, go and bring my dictionary. She has a special dictionary, and anytime we're having a management meeting, man, nature, you didn't go through it. I am not an admin person, I am an accountant, but I'm saying something different. So she made me to be up and doing in my assignment.
An amazing woman. Anybody will say that about her. She's highly principled and at the same time very nice. Sometimes, people can be nice, but they're not principled. But she is a very, very principled woman. She doesn't take no for an answer. She doesn't take nonsense. She believes in hard work. In fact, you need to work so hard to earn her what would I say? Her favor. So she's an amazing woman. She's a mother.
Often, the reward for good work is more work, which means bigger roles that come with increased responsibilities. Over the course of her outstanding career, Mrs. Ademola's distinct touch of professionalism was rewarded when she was appointed as the 19th Head of Service in Lagos State, becoming only the 3rd woman and an accountant in the history of the State Civil Service to have held that position. Thus, she joined the very enviable growing list of Nigerian women who have defied odds and shattered the metaphoric glass ceiling to reach the zenith of her professions.
Well, she's friendly. Like I said, that she's diligent, and she has acquired a lot of experience in a memorable career journey. And that is always demonstrated even in her style of leadership. And I'm sure that the body of permanent secretaries will really miss her.
She is a teacher, a stickler for excellence. You must get it right. There are no half measures, there is no midway place for her. It's either right or is not. There's nothing like almost or a bit okay or fair.
Until her appointment as the Lagos State Head of Service, she was a permanent secretary, Civil Service Pensions Office. In her capacity as a head of service, she worked tirelessly to build on the legacies of her predecessors by building a civil service structure that is well furnished and equipped to take on the 21st century challenges that confront a giant economic hub like Lagos.
She's a go-getter. She's a very, very committed individual. So whatever she sets her mind on, she achieves. And I think all the people that have been privileged to work with her understand that about her. If you have a certain kind of personality, people around you sort of quickly pick up on that, and they work with you based on your character and your leadership style. So she's a very committed individual. She's a goal-getter. She has a very good attention to detail. So for example, if you present information to her, she doesn't just take it on face value. She basically would look at the information in great detail. And the sort of comments that actually come back from her shows that she's an individual that is well-rounded and she brings a lot of value to the table.
When Mrs. Ademola is not involved in the exertion of administering arguably Nigeria's largest, firmest, and most effective civil service structure, she pursues recreational passions such as writing, editing, teaching, reading, playing the piano, and solving logic problems. A fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, her modesty sets a tone of humility and strength. Her insights draw the best from everyone who has passed through her. She is an articulate team player with a track record of integrity and hard work. A passionate boss, a mother with a heart of gold. She has left her indelible marks in our heart, and we will continue to cherish the years she has spent with us.
She is a very friendly personality. She allows you to express yourself. She makes contribution to ensure that whatever deficiency you have, you are able to improve on it so that you are able to become a total person. A total person, that's somebody who takes things very seriously, who avoid pitfalls as much as you can, avoid errors, mistakes in the work that you are doing. And that's why I describe her as a very thorough person.
I wish her best of luck. I wish her long life and prosperity. Although we will miss her a lot. Especially, I will miss her a lot. Because I will miss Kemi. I will miss No. I will miss, oh my God, Emma Yimi Lori. There are some bosses that you work with. They will nag, they will shout. At the end of it, there will be no cocoa. She will shout, she will nag, but at the end of it, something will come out. Cocoa will come out. That at least when you get to mommy, and don't worry.
She's a big sister, so I'll describe her as someone that is, has a motherly attitude. She treats every one of us around her like we're her siblings or her children. She's always concerned about our welfare, happiness, well-being, everything.
Mrs. Ademola is a strong woman who, with the confidence, courage, perseverance and flexibility, has the good fortune of being able to juggle between being a loving wife, a delectable mother, an enthusiastic career woman, a fervent Christian, a faithful wife, a doting mother, a caring and loving grandmother. Mrs. Ademola symbolizes the quintessential working family woman that many younger ladies aspire to grow into. Indeed, Mrs. Ademola represents a rare breed of public servant who preserve the sanctity and dignity of that noble calling. She is truly an apostle of excellence, a seeker for details, an upholder of standards, a touchstone for integrity, and a true visionary.
When I was young and growing up, she was literally like the toughest family member I knew. Like she was like trying to do homework with her or getting on her wrong side. I think a lot of my earlier memories are when we did things that were wrong and the repercussions of those things. But it's quite interesting that later on, I mean, I've told her younger kids that I don't think they got to see the other side of their mom. I think by the time they came, like she was just tired of having to deal with me and the older one, so she was a lot calmer. But what I've noticed about her, you know, since obviously from the experiences we had as kids, is that she's a very, very caring person. She's very, very thoughtful. I think the way Auntie Labo is, I don't think there's anything you can tell her that does not sit well with her that she will let lie. Like it's something she always has to address, and she's always looking for solutions. She doesn't like when there are conflicts between people that she cares about, so she's always looking to resolve those issues. So, I mean, to summarize, she's very caring and very, very thoughtful and very generous as well.
She's very involved. She's involved, she's encouraging, she gives advice. She's strict, but she's also fun. And she's fun to be around, she's funny, but most importantly, she's someone that you can talk to, you can feel free with, and you can confide in. She's a very warm person. So with her siblings, she's probably, I would say she's the one that holds the family together, her own family. To everybody, she's strict. Everybody's scared of her. But to us at home, it's like, is it not you? Well,
she's very understanding. She's very caring. She likes her children. She's not. She's easygoing.
Mommy is a very straightforward and blunt person. You know what you get. So she's not the type to tell you that if you're doing bad, she won't tell you that you are doing good. She doesn't take sides. She's a very caring and loving mother. She's the best mother-in-law any guy can ask for.
Let me use my coin. Should I use your nickname for you? Maybe I shouldn't, because it's public. Maybe at the private ceremonies I will do that. You've always been strong, hardworking, honest, and I think I know that, God willing, the sky is the limit for you. I expect that you are a bundle of joy and energy. I expect that with the arrival of more grandchildren, you will still have more time to devote a lot of energy and time to service in Lagos State after your retirement.
As the curtains are drawn on a distinguished career of public service, the name Olabowale Toluwatope Ademola will continue to echo as that of an exemplary public servant who came, saw and conquered, leaving a glowing example for generations after her to follow.
Mrs. Olabowale Toluwatope Ademola, I wish you the best that life can offer.
I want to pray that in your retirement, you enjoy peace, good health, and more successes in your future endeavors.
I wish you will not retire into sickness, and that you will enjoy the new phase of life in all its ramifications. Definitely, I will miss you. I will miss your leadership qualities.
As you take a bow from the public service, I wish you all the success in all your future endeavors.
As you move on to the next phase in your life, I know that God will always be with you and your family, and it will always be well with you. I wish you the very best, and I thank God for your life.
Labo, I wish you the best, the very best of what you wish yourself. Above all, I pray God to be in every situation surrounding you.
I wish you all the best, and I'm sure my mom will be happy to have you now that you're retired, because you have more time for her. So both of you can exactly do all the things you usually do, which again I won't go into detail, but at level you know what they are. Your visits to that particular person in Palm Grove, that my mom go and have a lot of fun, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of time for that, and I'm sure she'll be very happy to have you as well.
60 hearty cheers to a public servant without compare.